If you're an 8-figure entrepreneur, I'm going to talk to you today about why you should be owning versus renting. I went through my entire journey. I rented for years and I regret it. And there's a reason why. I'm going to get into that. There's a lot of people online who talk about why it's so bad to own a home, how it's a massive liability. I'm going to really concrete that down for you in this video. So if you're a entrepreneur, you like the laptop lifestyle, you like the freedom, and you're trying to decide, do I keep renting or do I finally own my home? I'm going to break that down because now I live in this house and it's way more enjoyable owning your own thing than just having to bounce around all the time and move and this and that and moving company, and then you're getting in a 12-month, 14-month lease. So here's the difference between renting and owning after making 8 figures online. Okay, so first of all, when you're renting, okay, these are pros and cons. First thing I'll say is that you're gonna have location freedom every year. Okay, if you rent, you can do 12 months in Arizona, you can do 12 months in San Diego, you do 12 months in, freaking Colombia, you do 12 months in Canada, you do 12 months whenever the hell you want, right? So you can use all these kind of things for freedom. But you have to move every single time. So either you're gonna spend an excess amount of money on furniture, excess amount of money on TVs and a refrigerator and a kitchen setup and all this stuff every single 12 to 14 months, depending on how long your lease is. If I was gonna do it all over again and I was gonna rent, I actually would have rather went the route of renting a room in a house, not just rent the whole thing. When I first moved to Orlando, I rented a room for $750 a month. And it came with the whole house though, because we all shared the house. So I was getting a $5,000 a month rent kind of place for $750, but I had to share it. Okay, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you want to let them move in with you, I would do something that's a lot cheaper. I see people who get into relationships and they have a $4,000 or $5,000 a month rent payment, or they try to get a penthouse because it's bigger and they want to give her a bigger bathroom and all these things. It's a waste of money. You're gonna spend 60 grand, including all the fees and the garbage fee and all these other things that stack up, and you don't even own the place. Okay. So second thing is less upfront money. Okay. Yes. When you rent, you pay first month, last month, and security deposits. So what is that going to look like? Probably around, if we're going to be conservative, $7,000 to $10,000, give or take, to do less money up front. So 7 to 10 grand. For me to get in this house, I had to drop about 200 grand. So big difference. Okay. They usually want about 10% or 15% of the home payment. So less upfront money. Okay, but you don't get any equity. If you rent and you drop 60 grand on a penthouse for the year, 5K a month, where's your 60K when you're done? You have no option to buy. Now you got to go take that, and either you continue your lease and they still keep your security deposit from when you're done, and you spend 60 grand and you don't own the place. Okay, I'd rather get that 60 grand and stick it in equity, because later on down the road, I'm gonna want to refinance and pull cash out. So like with this house, in 3 years, when I decide, hey, listen, I want to get more into real estate investing, I can take the whatever it's going to look like. I put 200 grand down and I'm going to be paying $8,100 a month on a mortgage. If I'm paying $8,100 a month, pay it for 3 years, I don't know what that is, but it's going to be about 300 grand plus 200. I can pull that 400 grand out of my home as cash, and I can use the 400 grand and I can go buy other homes and put down payments on. So I could take 400 grand and put 100 grand here, 100 grand here, 100 grand here, 100 grand here, rent it out, and now they're paying my equity. When you rent, you're just paying equity straight to the apartment building, and you're helping out other real estate investors make money. You're not making money at all. You just have location freedom. Okay. The next thing is that it's hard to have guests. When you're renting an apartment or you rent a room in a house, it's hard to have guests. You can't just be like, yeah, we have a third room here. Like, no, okay? You're telling them to sleep on the couch or get an Airbnb. When people fly in, it's a whole shit show. Now, with the house I have, I could be like, okay, cool, we got the spare room, we got the pull-out couch, right? We could put a blow-up bed in that room. We could fit 3 to 4 extra people. I can accommodate an entire family coming in and visiting. But when you rent, you're gonna tell your friends, like, that's why it's hard for people to really meet when you're renting, because they don't want to spend the money on a hotel. They don't want to do an Airbnb. They want to be able to just plop in your house and stay there. Last thing is, it's less motivating. When I was renting, I was less motivated because I didn't own the place. I didn't care that much. Didn't really have much upkeep because I knew I was going to be in and out, right? Like, it's kind of like a hospital. You go in, you get out. Same thing with renting. You get in, you get out, and then you move because you want more freedom. But like when I have a home now, I can decorate it. Like I can put, you know, like look here behind me. Like I can put cool stuff like my Kobe stuff because I'm a big Kobe fan, and I can put cool pictures up, and I can get a custom home theater system, and I can do things that I want to do to the house. I can decorate it the way that I want. I can paint it. I can add furniture to the backyard and know that it's always going to stay there. I can add the fans we have in Arizona that spit out water because it's so goddamn hot in the summer. You rent, you got to get approval. You don't even keep the home, so it's not even worth investing. And you're giving the actual homeowner the equity and the property value increase by you putting money into it. It's not even your house. The only way that I would rent now if I had a home and it was the whole home is with the option to buy. I would not do it with just the lease. Okay. Now, if you're going to own a home, okay, there's a couple things. Okay. First off, you should not be owning your own home as an entrepreneur until your business is at $50K a month. Why do I say that? Because if you're not at $50,000 a month, your mortgage is going to be higher now with home prices. Your mortgage is going to be $5,000 to $8,000 a month for something decently nice. Okay, so you want to be at $50K a month easily. Second is the no location freedom. Okay, do I have location freedom? Not really. But if I wanted to, as you scale your business, you can just go do something in the summer for a couple months. Like here in Arizona, it gets really hot. So what am I planning to do? I'm planning to go to New York City for 3 months out of the summer and not stay here because it's 100 freaking degrees, 120 degrees outside. It's unbearable. So I'm just going to go take, because if you're making more money in your business, okay, and you actually get to keep your equity, you're not really losing money on renting. So now you can take that extra money and go rent a place. Like I can go find a place in New York for $3,000 a month for a couple months, $4,000 a month for a couple months. That's fine. When you're making money, it's fine. Okay. Yes, you got to pay more up front, but you are getting it back as equity. It's equity inside of the home. Okay, decorate it the way you want it, and all equity is kept. You can't lose equity in a home, okay, unless the house blows up, okay, or it goes on fire. And then you got to go through insurance and all that. And it's a tax write-off. If you play your cards right, you can get a tax write-off for the home, okay? And then you can host parties and events. Like we run a lot of events for Scale Your Rats. I'm able to bring people over the house and be like, hey, we have cocktail hour at the house. When you rent an apartment, dude, you're not bringing people over saying, hey, welcome to my apartment. Like that's weird. It's sketchy. But I have a home with a nice patio, nice basketball court, nice backyard to where I could presentably offer that option to people. And I know it would be a professional environment. The house is big enough to accommodate a bartender, to accommodate a server, things that are actually very nice to host parties and events. Also, it's more motivating. Okay, I can have people here who want to stay over. Okay, it's more motivating to accommodate. It's also more motivating for the fact that I have to pay this house off. It's also cool to know that I own a piece of land. For some reason, it's part of the American dream. I enjoy it. And then also, like I said, you can refinance and cash out. So here's how I break down your decision making if you're going to rent or own. And I've done it all as an 8-figure entrepreneur. So please take my advice, comment any questions you have, and I would be happy to give you some value. Thanks for watching today's video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.